If you've been out enjoying the summer on the trails or roadways near Cootes Paradise in the west end of Hamilton, you may have noticed it looks much different than previous years. You can see large swaths of dense aquatic vegetation on the surface of the water, and the Royal Botanical Gardens of Canada say that's a good thing. In a recent update on its website, the RBG says the plants are a sign that the waterway is returning to its natural state as a marsh. The RBG says it's the third consecutive year of large-scale regeneration of aquatic plant communities. And below the plants, the RBG says the water itself is becoming much more clear and clean. This regeneration coming, of course, after the city of Hamilton pled guilty and was fined millions for allowing 24 billion liters of sewage to spill into the waterway via Chedoke Creek between 2014 and 2018. Now, for more on this, I'm joined live tonight by the RBG's Aquatic Conservation Program Senior Ecologist, Jennifer Bowman. Jennifer, thanks for being with us tonight. Can you explain how these aquatic plants have reemerged and why exactly this is a good thing?
Well, it's a fantastic thing because a marsh is not a marsh without plants. We need habitat for all those fish and wildlife that need to use the habitat. And we also need the water to be clear, and the plants help hold the water still so the water can clear up. We haven't been growing plants since the sewage spill in 2018. Before that, we had a few years of consecutive plant growth. We lost that and we were set back a bit, but now it looks like we're well on our way to recovering the marsh. We're looking for a better diversity of plants. Right now, we're mostly dominated by one species of submergent plant, which makes our system a little bit weak. The water lilies are not the species I'm talking about, but the submergent plant. And we'll get there with time. We just need to keep the clear water coming in so that we can grow these plants, and the species seem to come back on their own.
So on your website, on the RBG website, it says that this is the closest Cootes has looked to a marsh since the 1940s. So in addition to the sewage spill, I'm wondering what caused Cootes to decline over the previous decades, and why is it now coming back?
So carp are a big problem in the marsh recovery. So we have a fishway set up at the mouth of the marsh to exclude the carp, and excluding them from the marsh allows the water to clear up. And we prevent them from coming back into the marsh, but we also have to go after them. And in 2012, we removed over 8,000 of the carp, and we were able to grow plants the next year. So it's been a little bit of a rocky start, but we've been growing plants since then. This is the most plants we've ever grown, though.
So what does this regeneration mean for the native wildlife and fish? I was told by a colleague that actually salmon are native to parts of Cootes Paradise.
Well, we would have the Atlantic salmon, but we haven't had them yet. There's a recovery program for them, but we have lots of other species of freshwater fish that come into the marsh. Pike, there's lots of sunfish, bass, bowfin are doing fantastic now. They're built for marshes. And we have lots of forage fish that come in, and we're really starting to build some diversity, but the lake needs to be healthy for the fish as well. We just provide that nursery and spawning ground for the fish. So they need to have habitat and insects and food to eat in the lake as well as good water quality and good oxygen. So there's lots of things that have to come together, but we're doing our part in the marsh and making sure that they have habitat when they come to us. And we grow plants, which keeps the water clear and has lots of insects developing and other critters using the habitat as well.
So for all the people who were worried these previous years about the sewage spill, can we take what's happening as evidence as Cootes is going to bounce back?
I think so. I think the system is pretty resilient. As you can see from the aerial photos, we do have a bit of open areas on the north end of the marsh, which is close to Chedoke. So it's a harder area to grow plants, that area, because there's a burden in the sediment, and there's also still higher levels of nutrients coming in from the watershed. So Chedoke Creek is 90% urbanized. City of Hamilton provides all the water and runoff comes in. So what we really need to focus on is infiltrating more of our rainwater in the watershed. And people can do that at home just by building a rain garden or helping to disconnect their downspouts and put it on their garden that they already have, and planting native species, which helps us create a better diverse insect population, which supports our fish and other wildlife.
That's the RBG's Aquatic Conservation Program Senior Ecologist, Jennifer Bowman. Jennifer, great having you with us tonight.
Thank you.